Good evening and welcome. Tonight we're going to take a look at what to expect in the night sky in February 2022. 2022. So let's just dive right in. I have a lot planned for the channel this month. I'm really excited. So I'm also looking forward to see what we can find in the sky in February. So let's see February's events. The days are starting to get noticeably longer now, but on the flip side, the cloud-covered nights are also diminishing, particularly for the more northern parts of the continent. This book's from Canada, so they mean North America. The mighty Orion is still prominent in the southern sky, though by the end of the month it is placed firmly in the southwest. This month is a great time to pull out those binoculars, if you have them, to check out some of the beautiful star clusters and nebulae that grace the night sky. One of the best binocular targets is undoubtedly Messier 42, or the Great Orion Nebula. You won't be disappointed. There's a picture of it here. It does look very impressive, doesn't it? If you'd like to check out a few planets, get up before sunrise to catch a trio. Mercury, Venus, and Mars are all visible low in the east before sunrise, though by the end of the month, Mercury will all but disappear as it becomes washed out by the rising sun. Awesome. Let's check out the moon this month. While January started off with an almost new moon, February begins with a proper new moon, illuminated by about 0.5%. I think they mean February 2nd. On February 2nd, a slim crescent moon joins Jupiter after sunset, low in the southwestern sky. If you have never seen the planet Uranus, look for it in binoculars on the night of February 7th to the right of the first quarter moon. The moon reaches apogee on February 11th, with the full moon falling on February 16th. Perigee occurs on February 26th. Mercury reaches its greatest elongation west on February 26th, and it sits very low in the southeast before sunrise for several days. For something of a treat, on February 27th, Venus and Mars may be visible, but the very thin waning crescent moon will be all but invisible, rising daylight. So let's see the little calendar up here. Unfortunately, this video is out after February 1st, so there was a new moon that day. I'm posting this video on the 2nd, so for a lot of you it'll come out on the 3rd, but it's a very little sliver of a moon there. And apparently you can see Jupiter this night near the moon. And then it says to look for Uranus on the 7th if you have binoculars, because you cannot see Uranus with just the naked eye. The full moon will be right smack dab in the middle of the month, the 16th. And let's see, what else did it say? On the 26th you can look for Mercury, but it'll be in the southwest at the very early morning hours before sunrise. Same with Venus and Mars on the 27th. But let's see, it says it may be visible, that's right. So hopefully, because Venus and Mars when they're out together is quite a sight. They're two very, very bright planets that look like stars at this time of year. Let's check out some highlights in the southern sky before we look at the northern sky. Orion the Hunter is still well placed this month. The Hunter's 3 belt stars, Omnitak, Omnilam, and Mintaka, east to west, are the most obvious features of this constellation, visible even from light-polluted cities. Just below the belt stars is Orion's sword, and if you have a keen eye and a dark sky above you, you might catch a faint fuzz in that region. That is the Great Orion Nebula, or Messier 42. This is a massive star-forming region of cloud and dust, and it is the closest one to Earth, at 1,500 light-years away, and is roughly 30 light-years across. Let's see it on the map. Again, don't forget this is the southern sky, so if you're on the southern part of the equator, this is what your sky will look like this month. So here is Orion, very, very easy to spot. You can see the 3 belt stars there, and just below it, in his sword, is the Orion Nebula. I'm going to try to look for it this month because I've never noticed it. And apparently you don't need a binocular if the sky's dark enough, so I'll try. We'll see. Let's see what else we have to look out for. There are also wonderful star clusters to enjoy nearby. You can find the magnificent open star cluster Hyades, or Melut 25, in the constellation Taurus the Bull, which can be found just to the northwest of Orion. This cluster contains about 100 stars and is just 150 light years from Earth. Let's find it on here. There's Hyades in Taurus the Bull. So just look for Orion. Find his shoulders here, Betelgeuse and Bellatrix. Also very easy stars to spot. Just go this direction and you'll see Aldebaran there. There's Hyades. The next paragraph talks about Aldebaran. Let's see what it says. The brightest star in Taurus is Aldebaran, which is clearly visible as an orange-reddish twinkling light in the sky. It looks like it's part of the Hyades cluster, but it's actually about 60 light years closer. The star is a red giant that lies about 65 light years away. It's also a variable star. We talked about that before on my channel, meaning it changes in brightness over time. And like so many stars, Aldebaran is also part of a binary system. Let's see. This picture here has the Hyades here, and you can see big bright Aldebaran. Very easy to see in the night sky. And right next to it is my favorite star cluster, the Pleiades. It's so pretty. Let's read about it. One of the most beautiful open star clusters is also nearby. The Pleiades, or Messier 45, or the Seven Sisters, is 444 light years from Earth. Though just a handful of stars are visible, it's believed that the entire cluster contains 1,000 stars or more. In Japanese, the name for the cluster is Subaru. That's right, the Japanese car company is named after this beautiful constellation, hence its logo, though it contains only 6 stars. So up here is the Pleiades. If you wanted to look for something in the night sky, if you're not that familiar with it, be sure to try to look for the Pleiades, because once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it, and it's so pretty. It's a beautiful little spot in the sky. A couple other stars to look out for. While Canis Major, the great dog, is still prominent in the southern sky, Canis Minor, the little dog, with its bright white star Procyon, is also visible off Orion's left shoulder. The ancient Greeks named the star Procyon because it rose before Chion, an alternate name for Sirius, the dog star. So Orion the Hunter has 2 dogs, Sirius and Procyon. So here's Canis Major. This is a good picture because you can see the little dog head, his little legs. And Sirius right here is supposed to be his eye, but in this picture kind of looks like part of his collar. Sirius is the brightest object in the night night sky. It's very easy to find, especially if you can find Orion. And then if you see Betelgeuse and Bellatrix, you can look in this direction and find the little dog Procyon and that bright star. Right, let's check out what's going on in the northern sky. Highlights in the northern sky. The north is rich with targets this month, though sometimes they get overlooked in favor of the more popular southern sky. Cepheus is an easily identifiable constellation. Looking like a house with a pointed roof, it lies between Cassiopeia and Ursa Minor, the little bear. Isn't this a cute constellation? Cepheus. It does look like a little, like the kind of houses I would draw in like kindergarten. You'll need this little door and a little chimney. And there's Cepheus. And here's Cassiopeia. That one's an easy one to spot too because it has a W shape like that. And what else is it near? Oh, Ursa Minor. We talked about that. Ursa Minor, the little bear. We talked about the bears, I feel like quite a few times on this channel. But there's the little bear. There's Polaris. Very easy to find because Polaris is directly above the zenith, straight above your head. Perseus is found high in the northwest. It is home to the much-loved double cluster, NGC 884 and NGC 869. From a dark sky sight, the pair can be seen with the naked eye. Grab a pair of binoculars, and the scene's even more spectacular. See, where's Perseus at this time of the year? He's over near his girlfriend Andromeda and her mom Cassiopeia. Perseus is up here. And let's see, it says double cluster in GC. Pointed out on here. Oh, NGC. Nope. We need. Are they on here? Do you see it? NGC 884 and NGC 869. Oh, they're right there. The double cluster. So, pretty much right next to Perseus and Andromeda, right above Cassiopeia. It's the double cluster. Interesting. It says to use binoculars at a dark sky sight, though, so that'll be a little tricky to find. The region stretching from Perseus through Cassiopeia and Cepheus offers up a treasure trove of nebulae, including the Pac-Man Nebula, NGC 281, the Wizard Nebula, NGC 7380, and the Cocoon Nebula, IC 5146, and the Elephant's Trunk Nebula, IC 1396A. These beautiful clouds of dust and gas make for some stellar photographic targets. Let's see, so it's in this region here next to Perseus, Andromeda, Cassiopeia, Cepheus. So we have the Pac-Man Nebula, which is an awesome name. I bet it looks like Pac-Man. The Wizard Nebula next to Cepheus here. We have the Cocoon Nebula just below Cepheus. And directly below Cepheus is the Elephant's Trunk Nebula. That is quite a lot of nebulas to be seen, isn't it? There's some more. There's also an amazing region that is home to thousands of galaxies called the Coma Cluster. It can be found in the northeast through Canis Venatici, the hunting dogs, Coma Berenices, Berenices hare, and Virgo, the maiden. There's a picture of it right here, which these kind of pictures, when you see all the galaxies like that, it's a little bit mind-blowing and makes you feel really, 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 really small, doesn't it? Ugh, it sends a chill down my spine thinking that all of these are galaxies. That's nuts. Anyway, let's find these galaxies. So we have the, let's see, this region's called the Coma Cluster right over here. The Coma Cluster. It's a little difficult to say. The northeast through Canis Venatici. There's two little dogs there. There's Berenice's hair. And who else do we have? Oh, Virgo is right over here. Not really her time to be in the sky. That will be much later. Last but not least, one of the most photographed galaxies is likely the Whirlpool Galaxy, Messier 51, which lies near the first star in the Big Dipper's handle, Alkaid. You know what the Whirlpool Galaxy looks like, even if you think you don't. Just like imagine what a galaxy looks like. And that's the Whirlpool Galaxy. So let's find the Big Bear, Ursa Major. So you know Ursa Major as the Big Dipper, which is right here. There's the handle, there's the ladle. But Ursa Major is this whole constellation. There's its legs, that's his tail, that's his head. So the tip of his tail, or the end of the ladle, is Alkaid. Right next to it is the Whirlpool Galaxy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. The Merak and Doobie are the other easy stars to find in the night sky at this time. Very easy to spot. They're pretty bright. But all these stars in the Big Dipper are very bright. The Merak and Doobie point to Polaris, the little bear. So that's going to be it for tonight. I know it's a short one. I think next month when we go through that, we'll check that out and we'll flip through some of, We'll flip through some of this stuff in the beginning that talks about different aspects of space, the night sky, and how to measure the night sky, all the hand tricks. I learned these in my astronomy class in college. So cool. This is at the dinosaur park in Alberta. Oh, it's the Big Dipper, like I told you. So this is the northern sky, right? So you can see Merak and Doobie. There's the handle, Alkaid is right there. Awesome. That's a really pretty picture. So yeah, we'll check this out a little more in depth next month. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video relaxing and educational. And I